Dave asked Scott if the new launches were a sign of a turnaround.
Well, business has gone up dramatically over the last, I would say, 6 months. We're starting to see a tremendous buyer search out there, and the number of listings right now are very tight. So people are looking around trying to find the right deal and the right opportunity for themselves.
I got you. Well, another thing that's crucial, which I hope is a switch, are the bankers lending.
You know, Dave, people don't realize it, but you can get a mortgage now, and in fact, they are lending. Now, not every bank wants to lend. A lot of the big institutions have pulled back quite a bit, but there's a number of lending institutions that want to lend to qualified buyers, and that's the key. You have to be qualified.
Are we looking at 20%? They're normal, 20% down, or
20% is normal, but there's definitely programs under $417,000 that you can put 5% down.
Wow.
So
okay. Yeah. When you see the pickup in the market, what areas or price points are we talking about? In the gated communities, let's say it's starting from $800,000 to $1.5 million, $2 million. Are those selling?
They are absolutely selling. I would say all price points are getting a lot of lookers and a lot of activity. It's really about people that are out there looking, finding the best of breed, price, location, and value. And if it's priced right, it is going to sell.
Well, okay. A couple of years ago, you were a sponsor. I'm glad you're coming back, maybe. But you had about 200 agents. Now, how many agents you got now?
You know, Dave, we're almost up to 350 agents, and
wow.
A lot of our growth has come during the downturn, and we're really proud of that fact. We've stayed very focused on marketing, support for our agents, media, and a lot of our competitors have pulled back in that area, and we've actually increased our marketing.
That's terrific, Scotty. That's terrific. Are you finding an upswing in foreign cash buyers coming into the market?
You know, we are seeing a lot of foreign buyers come in. Specifically, the number one category would be the Canadians. Their dollar is quite strong, and they're coming in and they're buying a lot of property in South Florida. And also, the South Americans, specifically the Brazilians, are coming in. Their economy is doing fantastic, and they're bringing money to South Florida.
Well, you're a pro. You've been down here for years. You really know the South Florida marketplace. What do you think, what's ahead for 2012, this year, and maybe 2013? What's going on?
Well, we've seen our sales go up incrementally each month, year over year, and we're seeing that the flow of business is increasing. A lot of agents are talking about feeling like a more normalized market. It's much more challenging to put a deal together today in today's market, but at the end of the day, we are putting deals together, and the number of deals that are flowing is increasing. So I think 2012 is going to be a great year.
Okay, do you think there's some... We've seen a tremendous depreciation in the prices of houses, almost 40–50% from because of the crash. Is that continuing on, or do you think the prices will increase?
Well, it looks like prices are certainly starting to stabilize amongst most markets, and when you consider the fact there hasn't really been a lot of building in the last 6 years,
yeah, that's right,
and the number of buyers that have been in the sidelines for the last 6 years that are only creeping in, and then consider the inventory being so short, I think you're going to find prices start to firm up very nicely. And, you know, barring some kind of economic event, I think prices will continue to stabilize and slightly increase.
Okay, one last question. You know, we got this foreclosure devil hanging over our heads, and are you going to be dealing a lot in the foreclosures if there is a flood of them coming in as predicted?
Well, we are definitely doing a lot of foreclosure business. The interesting thing is, you know, they talk about the shadow inventory and how it's going to bring prices down, but whatever hits the market is selling within probably 2 weeks, even shorter. So inventory gets absorbed. There's a lot of investors out there, and a lot of people realize that they're buying below replacement value. So I personally don't see that really dragging the market down.
All righty. Scotty Agran, running Lang Realty, been around for years, running 300 agents. That's pretty good. And I want to thank you for being here.
Thanks, Dave.
All right. And stay with us. We'll return right after these words.